Please subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon to get the regular updates of my channel, and do not forget to like, comment and share. Hello everyone, welcome back to SaaS with ServiceNow. This is part of ServiceNow Flow Designer Training. You must be getting some requirements related to approvals, in which you have to trigger approvals so that somebody can approve it for some rackets. How exactly you can achieve these requirements today in ServiceNow? So ServiceNow provides a feature of workflow in which you can add approval activities and you can achieve this functionality. However, in order to achieve complex functionalities, sometimes you have to write code as well. But how can you achieve these functionalities without writing a code? And the solution is Flow Designer. So in this video, you will learn how you can trigger and manage approvals with Flow Designer without writing a single code in ServiceNow. This is my personal developer instance, and I have already opened Flow Designer in another tab. Now I will click on this new button to create a flow so that I can show you that how you can use approval actions. So I will click on this flow, and then I will provide a name. So demo.action.flow, or maybe demo.flow.approval action. Approval.action. And I will click on submit. So this will create the flow. Now here, as you know, we have two sections, trigger and actions. And here I will mention created. The table I will select incident for now. Normally you don't send approvals for incident, but in this case I will select it just to show you the demo. But it's totally up to you. As per your requirement, you can select any table basically where you want to trigger the approvals. So I will just select incident here. And then I can just provide condition. So I don't want to trigger this approval for every incident which we will create. Maybe I will provide like short description, or maybe category. I think category will be better, because if somebody is creating category is, I think we can just put maybe inquiry, and I can just put maybe subcategory as well. If we put subcategory, we have a lot of options here. So maybe I can put internal application. So if somebody is selecting category as inquiry or help and subcategory is internal application, then it should trigger an approval. That's a requirement. Then I will click on done, just for trigger. So here, whenever this condition will be matched, this will trigger this flow. Now I will come to actions in order to add that action. So what I want now, in order to trigger any approval, you definitely have to trigger that particular activity, basically approval activity from that record, like you do in workflows. Now how you do in Flow Designer. So you just click here, you click on action. Here you have this action that's called as ask for approval. So if I click on this, this will show me some input fields where I have to provide the input to trigger this approval. So here it is asking me to select the record. For which record I need to trigger this approval. So I cannot select direct record. I just need to click on this data pill, and I can just select this trigger records, and that will be incident record. So I will select this because it is basically referencing the SysID. Whatever record will be created over here, it will be mentioned in this particular field as an input. Now here we already have table selected, automatically selected, so you don't have to provide it. Then we have approval field. Now which particular field? Now this, normally if you would select a table from, I think, task table, where exactly you will find this approval field, you will see that it will automatically select it. But if you will select any custom table where you don't have that kind of field, then you have to select that field from here, that which particular field shows the status. So here, whether it's approved or rejected. So in that case, you can see it says approval field. So I will select approval. It is automatically selected, so I'm not touching it. Then we have journal field, basically, which shows the history. And I will keep as is, so I'm not going to change this as well. Then once you're done with this, you will see rules. So here you can select who are the people who should approve it. So you can see here approve. I can select here when, who approves it. So here you can see the approval rule. So I can just put anyone approves it, and it's up to you. It's as per your requirement. So I can select anyone approves it, and then you can select who should approve it, who is the approver. So that you can select it from here. It's a similar kind of configuration which you see also in approval, in workflow approval activity. So in that case, you can select a single user, you can select a group, and you can also select like manual approvers. So what I will do, I will maybe send this for approval, maybe to assignment group. So how exactly I can select it? So I will select this data pill, go to the record which will be created. I will go to the record here, but I cannot select the record directly because I have to select the field, which is basically which will basically get those approvals up. So I will just select here, and I can select assignment group, because approvals can be sent to groups as well in ServiceNow. So I have selected this, and I can just click on done. But just give me, I think I can just, you can see here due date. Now if you want a due date as well, like approve, and you can just mention if pending by. So that is also the due date can also you can mention here, but if you don't want, that's totally okay. And you can just click on done. Now what this will do, this will basically trigger the approval. But let's say record gets approved. What exactly you want to do? So this action will definitely help you to trigger the approvals. But once record is approved, what do you want to do next? In that case, you can select another action. So what I will do, you can select here if. Now, when you will select this if logic, you can directly select here ask for approval, and here you can select approval state, what exactly the approval state would be, and then you can basically follow the further flow. So here I will select if approval state is approved. So here we put the condition anyone approves it. That means even one user will approve it, the whole record will be treated as approved. And what exactly you should do if it is approved? What action you should take? Okay, that's fine if it is approved. Till here, it will update the state that, okay, this record is approved. What next? That you can mention over here, that if it is approved, then maybe you can create another incident. So for that, maybe I will just select create task, and I can select the same table, and I can just select the value, and value will be, maybe I will do I can put the parent incident. So I will keep this particular incident parent. So here I can put this one. So I'm going to create a child incident overall, and I can provide short description. Short description is test child, and then I can put here let's say I will put caller, and I can also copy the caller as well with the same record which will be created over here. Let's say this one, and then I can just short description caller, and I think maybe we can put assignment group as well if we want. Yes, I can put assignment group, and maybe I will just put application development, and that's it. We're not going to copy category and subcategory because I'm just creating this child incident. That's it. So here it will create the task, and I can just click on done. Now if this condition will be matched, it will, like, that means if it is approved, then it will create task, else not. Now if you want to create more logic, I think you can just click on this flow logic, and you have a lot of other options for logic, but we have a separate section for flow logic as well, in which you will learn about logics in details. So now I'm done with this, so I can just create the task if it is approved, and I can just click on save, and I can just activate this. So this flow is saved and I'm going to activate this. Now you have to remember one thing, that in order to trigger this flow, the condition should match which is mentioned in this flow, that is category is inquiry help and subcategory is internal application. So what I will do now, I will just directly go to incident and I will create a new incident so that I can see this flow executed, and I will select the caller, I will tutor. Here I will mention test, and here I can select the subcategory as internal application, and I can just assign it to application development. So this ticket will be assigned to application development, and if you remember, this has to trigger approval to this group. That's what you have selected in the flow. So I can just save it, and if I will click on save, this will create the incident and assign it to this in this particular group. And if I come over here and if I click on executions, you will see that this has started executing. As of now, it is still running. I will close this and I will, okay, this shows in progress. And that's a magic, and that's a power of Flow Designer. You can see the whole execution details, and you can see where exactly what is the status of our flow. So you can see the incident got created first, and that's a record we have. You can see 100, this one 7, and we have the same record here. Then it's sent for approval, and if I click here, yes, it basically sent this particular record for approval. How would I know that? So I can just go here. I think I can just refresh. And if I will reload my incident, I can see that we have all these people. That means this record has been sent for approval. Now, how exactly these approvals are populated here? Because of assignment group, because all these people are part of this group. That's the reason they have got this approval for this particular record. Now, if I come over here, this will continue to show as waiting. Why? Because it has to be approved for next action to be processed. So in order to go to this action or this logic to execute and then this action, you have to approve it or reject it. So what we will do, we will approve it. So I will just approve it. So I have admin access. I can just approve it for now. So it is approved, and you can see now others are still showing as requested. And if I think ideally you can just convert these records to not required, because it still says requested, but overall this particular record should be approved overall. So how exactly we will come to know about that? So I will just go to here execution, and I will refresh it. Absolutely, you can see that this particular evaluation, this flow logic evaluation, it became true because system, basically the user approved that particular record, like whatever approval that user got, basically he approved it. One of the user approved it, and once it is approved, so our next action was, if it is approved, then create a child ticket. How would I come to know whether it created a child incident or not? Let's see that. I will reload it, and absolutely you can see here that we have got this new incident created automatically. I didn't write even a single code, and I was able to send for approval. So the user approved it, and I was also able to create another record. That's another action, basically create task action, and we will talk about in details in further videos. And you can see if I open this incident, you will see that I have got this short description as test child. That's what we mentioned as an input, and it is also assigned to application development. I think we didn't touch category, but we touched caller. So if you remember, we basically copied the same caller from parent incident, and you can see the same parent incident over here from which we have created this child incident. So that's how you can use the power of Flow Designer in ServiceNow platform and deliver different requirements you get from your customers and clients. And if you are a process owner, then or a developer, you can definitely utilize. Even if you're not a developer, you're just a process owner, and if you still want to use Flow Designer, you can use it and achieve functionalities. However, ServiceNow still has provided another feature, that is process automation, which is specifically for process owners, but the concept is still same what we have in Flow Designer. So I hope you like this video. So please subscribe to my channel, like the video, and share my videos. Thank you and have a great day.